Dave, your team moves to 8-1 on the season. Obviously a tremendous start. What did you think of tonight's performance?
There were some good things. Didn't think our puck play was as clean as I'd like to see it, but it was solid. We did what we had to do to win.
Some line changes throughout the course of the game in the second period, especially. What did you see, and how it seemed to work out pretty well for you?
Just looking for a little spark.
Is that the best game that Devin Shore has played this year?
Yeah, he was good. You know, we're just looking to. Sometimes you kind of get going along. It's kind of gets. You're in too much of a rhythm. Sometimes you just got to shake it up a little bit. And so we just kind of flipped a few guys around. Devin was one of the guys we flipped around and jumped in with Fogle and Cass, and he was good.
Dave, you mentioned you didn't like your puck control tonight yet. Ingram, and Zach Hyman, you stoned him twice, and you actually, I know you ended up with 4 goals and then the empty netter, but actually created a lot of other quality chances that their goalie kind of stoned some of your guys on.
Yeah, we did. It just more the puck play out of our end, just not coming out clean, jamming a lot of stuff up the wall and D-to-D stuff, flipping it around, and just we bring trouble on ourselves sometimes. So that's an area we have to clean up a little bit.
Just a couple points on Leon. He's got the hat trick on his stick and he dishes over to a teammate. And then in here, we're asking him questions about all the offensive achievements so far, and he just said, "That's not why I'm here. I've kind of been there and done that." This heater that he's on and the mindset he seems to be in, what would you say about it?
Oh, he's just playing really well. I mean, all our top guys, if you look at it, they've played pretty well all year. You know, the leadership group is they're a really committed group. And they, you know, their expectations of themselves are very high, but they understand the role they play on our team also. So they show up and they want to play. And both Connor and Leon have played very well that way. They're leading the charge on the offense. And you look at the points that Nuge is putting up also. Nuge is not scoring, but he's making an awful lot of good plays. So that's, you know, the forward group, we're finding ways to chip in, but certainly Draisaitl and McDavid are, you know, at the forefront of it.
With that, Dave, you mentioned you didn't like some of your defensive zone play, but your penalty kill was great. Again, you know, you've only allowed 1 goal in the last, I think it is 7 games since the first 2. You've had a lot of changes on your penalty kill. Mm-hmm. Are you surprised at all by how quickly everybody's come together and your penalty kill's hovering around 90%?
No, you know, I would say Jimmy Playfair does a great job with our guys. They're pretty dialed in. You know, it takes a little bit at the start to get a feel for who, you know, just chemistry with pairs, chemistry with D-men. You know, we added a couple of new D-men to that mix, and then even Bouchard was kind of new. So there's a couple things, you know, with when players come from other teams, there's little tweaks you make. So it took a little bit to get everybody up to speed, but I mean, our guys both our special teams have been really good, but you need, for penalty kill, you have to have a good plan in place, you have to have smart players, and you have to have a goaltender that'll make some saves for you. And we've had, you know, knock on wood, we've been pretty good with all 3.
Dave, is there a tendency with Mikko going so well that even if Mike might be ready on Friday, he just keeps winning, so why would you change?
Well, Mike's a good goalie too. We'll see if he's ready or not. You know, Mikko, we like the way he's playing. If we got to get, especially the rest of this month, you look at the calendar, we need 2 guys up and going. So if we can get Schmitty up and going, if he's ready, we'll get him up and going. If not, Koski will be back in there, and he's playing very well.
You keep winning games, but you sound like you're up there trying to critique some of the things you're not doing well. I guess that's easier to.
Oh no, we're doing a lot of things well. Like we're doing some things fine, but there's some things that I still think we can clean up in our game, and that's, you could say that after every game, but ultimately, like there's been a couple games where we really like how we played right through it, and then there's, like tonight's game, there was parts of it that were pretty good, but there's parts that you still got to clean up, and some of it is just the flow of the game. But it's you're looking to try to get better every day. Like we've got off to a good start, but you know, you got to keep improving. If you're just standing still, you're going to go backwards in a hurry. So we got to keep improving.
Thank you.
And Dave, I know it's early in the year, but still a long year, and you always look for different motivational things. This franchise has had a lot of previous success. It's never won 9 of their first 10. You just tied, 8 out of 9's only ever happened one.
It just drinks it right there.
Well, no, but do you mention those things to a group to say, hey, here's like we have an opportunity to do something no one has ever done in this organization?
I'm not normally. I wouldn't, because most of the time you guys say it all, they read it all, they know it all before they come in anyway. But I'm more focused on how we're going to win that game right there. And we've done some things in the games leading up to this that we know we have to do. We got a real good Rangers team coming in here, so we'll be focused on that. The record will take care of itself if we play well.
And lastly, looking ahead to Friday, it's obviously a big day for Kevin Lowe and the organization. It's fun to be a part of that. I think players like to see the history of it. In your experience, they've changed a little bit now, the warm-ups coming afterwards. Does that give you a better chance to have like a normal game?
Yeah. There's I've been a part of some of the ones where you sit there a long time and then you jump into the game and the game takes you a bit to get going. So I like the way they've got it set up. But ultimately, you have a player here that deserves the respect of not just the organization, but the players throughout the league. So it'll be a memorable night for Kevin, and deservedly so.